Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to our module on using MBCOM software. The MBCOM software can be used to transfer files back and forth between a computer and a Mountbatten Brailler. It can also be used to emboss files on the Mountbatten Brailler using the internal translators of the Mountbatten Brailler. Once you have the Mountbatten USB drivers and the MBCOM software installed, you can connect the Mountbatten Brailler through the USB port. Once you have the Mountbatten Brailler connected and the MBCOM software running, you go to the Device menu on the MBCOM software, where you'll have two choices, Connect Mountbatten and Connect Mimic. The MBCOM software can also be used to capture the memory of a Mimic visual display, which can provide a handy way of taking work home for a student and putting it on a computer at home. For our purposes, we're going to select Connect Mountbatten. It will ask us what port number we want to connect to. In this case, we're connecting to the Mountbatten USB port, which is listed as COM6. And I'm going to hit the OK button. It then asks us to verify that there's paper in the machine and that the machine is turned on. I'm going to hit Continue.
Command PC space USB space ON.
And you should notice that we now have two green lights at the top of the screen, one that says Embosser On and one that says Mountbatten Connected. At this point, a number of options become available to us on the File menu. They include Receive and Save File from Mountbatten, Display File from Mountbatten, Send Text File to Mountbatten, Emboss File on Mountbatten, and Chat Mode. Receive and Save File from Mountbatten will bring up a dialog. This dialog lists the files that are in memory on the Mountbatten Brailler. For example, our ABC file here, we could select, and when we hit OK, it'll allow us to save it to the computer. So I can save that file on our desktop. If I choose Display File from Mountbatten, we'll also get a dialog listing the files, but when we select it, it will actually display the file on screen. Now in this case, because the file is a Grade 2 Braille file, it doesn't make a lot of sense when you look at it in a text form. If I choose Send Text File to Mountbatten, it allows us to select a file from our computer and send it to the Mountbatten. We can rename that file if we want to. So I could, for example, call that ABC2 and hit OK. And it sends it into the memory of the Mountbatten. If I choose Emboss File on Mountbatten, it allows us to select a file from the computer and use the Mountbatten as an embosser. In this case, the document is printed out exactly as it came from the computer. This file was a Grade 2 document that was created in Duxbury, and it's been brailled out exactly as it was created. So we've not employed the internal translator of the Mountbatten. If we had a text file that we wanted to translate into Braille, we would need to turn on the forward translation software of the Mountbatten prior to sending the file by issuing the command FE. Our last option is Chat Mode. Chat Mode allows for communication back and forth between the Mountbatten Brailler and the computer to allow somebody who is deafblind to communicate with somebody on the computer. Anything that is embossed on the Mountbatten will appear on the computer screen, and anything that is typed on the computer will be embossed on the Mountbatten. And that concludes our module on using MBCOM software.